In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I prepare for my business meetings and what you should be doing as of right now to come across as confident and authoritative to put you in a position of power. Welcome back to another video, guys. It's really early right now, but we're out here, it's raining, we're tired, but we are grinding for you. If you guys have more personalized questions that need answering, make sure you go follow my Instagram right here. Right, so the first thing you need to throw out the window if you're watching this is your mindset. Now, I get asked this question a lot, multiple times a week. It's like, Arslan, I get into meetings, but I never managed to close the deal, or I never managed to prove to the owner that I'm someone who can help them. And the reason is you need to come across as a business or a consultant at the very least. A lot of you go in, you start negotiating with them, you start offering discounts, and you have to understand that when you go into a meeting, you have to come into the meeting as a person who's already successful, who's already thriving in whatever service or whatever they do, and then you will come across as a person who can really resonate with the business owner, right, and build that rapport. So first thing you need to do, guys, is just throw out the mindset of being a salesman, because that is not who you are. You're a business owner, and remember that. Now, I just want to make it clear that this video is not just for pitching or for marketing. It's a video for how to better come across in a meeting, to come across as more confident, with authority, and to make sure you succeed. Step 2. When you're approaching a business, you want to pitch to them without essentially making it seem like you are. So you want to carry out your due diligence, and you want to do your homework. As a business owner, I personally know that if someone approaches me with a deal or a service and they haven't done their research about me, it's almost an insult, right? And you don't want to be in that position. You want to be there with the facts. You want to have the core values of the company or the owner, facts about them, personalized facts, so you can build that rapport. So when you leave the meeting, you can have a new connection, a new client, a new customer, and that's what you're aiming for. Now, one thing I really want you guys to pay attention into this video and take away from this is that you need to go into the meeting and build a human connection, right? It's fine to have a structure, a general plan of what you want to say, but you essentially want to go in with the mindset that you want to make a connection with this owner, with this person who you're presenting or pitching to, so you can build that rapport. Now, building onto this, you need to make sure that when you go into a meeting, you don't just start presenting and talking about your services and listing all the problems about their business and how you can help them. You want to go and you want to have a bit of small talk, you want to assert your authority, kind of show that you are a business owner, not a salesman, and then start kind of asking questions. Now, one way I like to do this personally is when I go into a meeting, I like to ask the owner or whoever I'm speaking to is why they actually agreed to meet me. Now, the reason I say this is it kind of throws people off. They don't expect you to ask them that question. They just assume that you're there to try to sell them something or present to them something. So when you actually ask them, why have you met me today? It kind of makes them step back and think like, oh, you know what? He's right. Why am I meeting him today? He didn't force me to meet him. He didn't tell me that I have to meet him. He offered to have a meeting and I said, yes, why? Right? So you want to get them into that process of starting to think, why have I agreed to meet this person? And then kind of really disarm them and bring them down to a human level. When it comes to preparing for the meeting, what I like to do is gather as much information I can about the person or the company that I'm going to be presenting to, right? The more you learn, the more you earn. It's a saying for a reason, and it gives you value. So what I like to do is I simply like to put pen to paper. I like to list down the questions I would ask that particular business. Each business or each company is different, so you want to be asking different and more personalized questions towards them. Again, the more you do your research, the better these questions will be. So that's what you want to start with. You want to start with just simply asking a few questions like, how's their business currently? What's their current business situation? What's their goal for the next year? Why are they doing it yet? Why haven't they taken any action towards the issues that they currently are facing, right? And you want to get the owner to say, oh, I don't know, or you want to get them to think why, because the more they think this, the more power you get in the meeting and the more you come across as higher than them rather than on the same level or below them. So when I say that this puts you higher than them, it's basically controlling and setting the frame for the meeting. And what you kind of want to aim for in any meeting is you want to be the frame. You want to be controlling the meeting and how it goes and which direction it takes, because it avoids you from getting asked any unexpected questions which you're not prepared to answer, and it really puts you in a position where you're flowing well, everything is going the way you want it to in your head and in reality, and you come across as a person, again, in power. Now, the way I like to present to an owner or to a business or company for whatever it may be is I simply ask the question of, do you mind if I show you how I can maybe tackle these issues that you're having, or tackle whatever information they've given back to you from the questions you've asked prior, right? So from this, it's more inviting, it's not hostile, and you're giving them the option and free will to say no. But again, because you're controlling the meeting, you've set the frame, they're always going to say yes. After this, you then want to present to them whatever you've got ready, your PowerPoint presentation, your document, whatever it may be, your screenshots of their business and things. In my case, it's through the social media marketing. So I'll present to them their competition, what they're not doing, what they should be doing, what I do, and kind of explain to them in a step-by-step process of how I like to work with my clients and things like that. So when you have them at this stage, they're more engaged, right? They've freely said that, you know, they're willing to hear you out, and they're going to. So when you present to them and you explain it step by step on what you do in more detail, they're actually going to be engaged, they're going to be listening, and they're going to be more receptive to what you're saying. And that's how you have a higher chance of closing that deal or making that good business connection at the end of any meeting. And finally, after you've finished presenting, you are now in the place where you again want to establish that human connection. So you've gone through the business side of things and you've kind of, been professional, you've asserted yourself as being dominant, with authority, confident, and successful business owner. And now you again want to take it back down to the human level, ask them a few generalized questions, maybe have some banter with them, laugh with them, make some jokes if you can. Humor is always a great thing to do. It's human psychology, right? People like people who are more like themselves. So the more you can kind of come across as a person who's relatable to this owner, meeting, company, the more they will like you, and the more you will increase your chances of signing them on as a client, a customer, as a business connection, as a partner, whoever it may be. And that's basically it, guys. There's not much more to it. A lot of people like to overcomplicate the process and overthink it, and that's why I get so many questions on a weekly basis of, how do I do this? Why isn't this working? And the simple fact is, you're overcomplicating the situation. You want to keep it simple, structured, and at the same time, you don't want it to seem as if you're reading as like you're a robot and you're just saying something off a script. You want it to flow, you want it to be natural. Each meeting is going to be different, so be prepared for that, right? If you want, what you can do is, and a good practice to do is, just talk with someone who you're close to. It could be a family member, a friend, and just talk to them as if they are the business owner or they're the company that you're going to be meeting. Ask them the same questions you would in the actual meeting and just take it from there, right? Repeat that process 3, 5, 10 times until you feel confident with going into the actual meeting and presenting it in the same way as if you're speaking to a friend or as if you're speaking to a family member, with the same level of confidence. So guys, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys found value from this. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Instagram over here. I always have free content and free value over there. So if you have any more personalized questions that need answering, or you're still not sure about a certain situation, message me on there and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.